boys and girls, children of ages, non-binaries, and transgenders, because we don't discriminate. This is the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bravery Studios, Clifton, New Jersey. I am Dark Messiah, the Dark Side Savior, always and forever on his worst behavior. Mr. DM, find me in your mama's DMs. Why? Because I'm trying to give your mama a baby and nobody can stop me. And the OG, the triple OG of the Ultra Heelz that talks all the shit.
Hey man, y'all already know it's your boy Alex the motherfucking Hell, aka the Stanley of podcast, and aka the man, the host, misfit man is a dead man like the Undertaker, aka the man. If you're gonna come crossface, and we will run into a crossface.
And the man that pushes all the buttons, Mr. Gnarly Marv.
Yeah.
I like that, letting the music ride out the whole intro.
I did too. All right, I got a confession for you guys.
That was a nice change of pace.
I got a confession for you guys. The first week, I didn't really like the song. For some reason tonight, this shit just hit. Like
exactly.
This shit just hit.
When I was scrolling through the music, I'm like, I booked like you saw in the account. I just bookmarked a bunch of stuff. And then, I just sat back and let them all play through, and I kept going back to this one.
Yeah, this song hit. I don't know. I didn't like it the first week.
I didn't know what this song was when Darth sent it to me, and then I played it. I played it once, and I was like, okay, that shit sound kind of dope. And then I ended up telling one of my friends about it, and I was like, hey, bro, this is a song. And then he played it, and he was like, nigga, that shit kind of hard. And then I ended up playing the bitch like 9 more times after that. It was on repeat. I was like, yep, that's it. That's a song.
I'm with it.
And to think, this is the free shit you get on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's all right.
Basically.
George F. in the chat, he said, him, her, they, and them, nah, me.
Nah, mean. What up, George?
Music fire, said George. Thanks, man. Courtesy of Darth. Darth picked it out.
Well, no, like I said, the stuff I bookmarked, I sent to Alex, and then I was like, "What do you like?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like this one too."
Also, you guys both picked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I dig it. We're gonna let that rock when we're doing our intros.
Yeah, that was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
Woo! Like you said, it's been a long week, Marv.
Bro, it feels like I haven't talked to you guys in months.
It do.
I don't know
why. It really do.
Oh, we do know why. It's been a crazy ass week.
Yeah, look at the news, man.
Raw.
And the funny thing is, I don't have a crazy work story.
Yeah. You walked in here kind of quiet today, so I kind of figured. I was like, Darth must not an eventful at work today.
No, it's more like the regular weirdos, but it's like times 10 because the Powerball and the Mega Millions are almost $1 billion. It's both.
Yeah. How about Super Bowl? Do you guys get like crazy fans for like Super Bowl, like crazy customers?
It's just that weekend.
Yeah.
It's not like Thanksgiving or Christmas where it's like a 2-week build up. It's like no, it's just that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, the studio's been good. I mean, we usually get a good little bump in the beginning of the year. We think it's because of tax season. People getting their taxes back. Yep. So we usually get a lot of new members. So we're trying out new things. We got some good ideas. I was talking to Darth about earlier. Some new ways to get people in here. So, yo, did the guy you put in the chicken wing ever come back?
No, he hasn't been back. He has not been back.
He's scared of Darth now. He ain't going in there.
Well, he got arrested, so who knows where he is now? Because he was a straight up scammer, so he might be doing time.
He's plotting his revenge.
Hey, I'm ready.
ShopRite liquor store manager coming for you.
Bring the smoke.
Coming for you, like Booker T over here.
What's up with you, Alex?
Not much, man. Back to work. Working hard as hell again. Like I never missed a beat. People on my job catching COVID. Yeah, I don't even fucking know no more, bro.
Yeah.
I was actually listening to a snippet from Jim Cornette's podcast. And I don't know why. I really like the way Jim Cornette talks and presents his information. Like he got like that southern drawl.
He's factful, but he presents it in a way where he doesn't give a fuck.
He knows how to put words together.
Yeah.
Because he was they were asking him who was bigger in their time, Undertaker or Sting, and he kind of roasted Sting. He kind of went in on, come on, there's not even a comparison, bro. It's not even a comparison. But
yeah, because once he like explained his reasoning why, it made a lot of sense.
He made sense. He made a lot. You heard that piece of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Undertaker performed in front of huge stages and amounts of people. Sting had a good 3-year run when WCW was big, but that's about it.
And the other thing, like his other explanation was, Sting was never like a historian of wrestling. Like he got into it, but it wasn't a passion. For Undertaker was a passion.
Yeah, Undertaker was a little dude.
Because he said you can never see Sting as a trainer. So, but the Undertaker, he'd be one of the best trainers for like any of the big guys.
Yeah, he took a lot of people under his wing. Big Show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah. Minion. Does everybody remember Minion or Minion?
Midian.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of the ongoing global situation, I think the biggest positive person to test positive, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion, tested positive last Monday, and obviously got pulled from Raw that night. And yeah.
So WrestleMania is in March, right?
Breaking news.
Okay.
WrestleMania has been postponed for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to ask that.
Oh, because you saw it.
What's the WrestleMania plans? No, I didn't see it. I just was curious.
Okay. It was originally supposed to be March 27th. It was scheduled to be in SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, the new stadium that opened up for the Rams and the who else plays it? The Chargers. They both play in that stadium. However, because COVID rules are so tight in California, they can't even do an empty stadium. They just can't go there, period.
Wow.
Because it got to the point where they weren't even letting football games happen in California. The three teams, the Rams, the Chargers, and the 49ers, they were playing games in either Las Vegas or Arizona throughout the season.
Yeesh.
Yeah. So California's very tight with their COVID rules. So WWE, they can't even use where they are right now, because right now they're at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, Florida, which is the home of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. But baseball starts beginning of April, so they can't use that stadium. They can't use the Amway Center anymore because basketball started, because that's where the Orlando Magic play. So the rumor is that they're gonna try to use Raymond James Stadium, which is where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play, which was supposed to be last year's WrestleMania with the big pirate ship in the stadium. That's the rumor right now. There's no definite plans as to what's happening to WrestleMania, but it's absolutely been postponed for 2 weeks.
I would say try to find something in Florida. You know.
Yeah, they want to try to stay in Florida because it has the most loosened COVID laws.
Yeah. We hear anything new about Vince's health?
No. Oh well, I was gonna make a joke. Maybe they should go borrow Daly's place from AEW. That would be some shit if they were like, oh, we got nowhere to go. Hey, Tony Khan, can we use your building?
You imagine that shit?
Well, there would be a lot. They could have a crowd.
I don't see why not. I don't see why they don't. Shoot, at this point now, they found out they had no places to really go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vince got too much pride for that, man. I don't think.
I know that's the problem.
Yeah.
Vince has too much pride.
If he's still around, he's got too much pride for that.
But
well,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, well, it look like they're gonna be at the Performance Center again.
Which would suck if they ended up doing that. They've got to make a deal with one of the football stadiums. There's like 8 football stadiums in Florida between NFL and college.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Use a football stadium.
And there's still no crowds, right? Still no audience?
Now, because Daly's, like I said, AEW is using a crowd. So I'm assuming WWE can get a crowd at 25% capacity, or whatever the number is. They just can't have fans ringside like you would want them to be, but they can be there.
So technically, they could have ringside with that dumbass bulletproof glass bullshit they had before.
Yeah, like Capitol Wrestling Center.
Yeah,
basically. So they could do it, but we'll see in due time.
Yeah, in due time.
And hopefully it don't be a train wreck like the one with the pirate ship for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Now, a side story. 2 other people in the wrestling industry this week admitted that they had COVID. But mysteriously, they didn't tell anybody.
Oh.
The first person being Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks. No, I'm sorry. Or was it Nick Jackson? One of the Young Bucks. I forgot which buck it was. He said he had it in, I believe, October. And that would make sense as to why he wasn't on TV for about 3 weeks. And he said he had very severe symptoms. He would try to get up to go work out in the garage in the morning, and after 5 minutes he just couldn't breathe. He broke out in hives. He had severe headaches. So that was the Young Bucks. And the other one, hey, Calvin's in the chat.
Hey yo, Commissioner Calvin is in the chat.
And the other person was Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho had the vid. Whoa.
He said he had it in September. Now, the article that I was reading, Chris Jericho had, 6 matches in September? Now, the AEW the way they schedule is like they'll film 2 shows in 1 week. So there'll be 1 live episode, but they also filmed for the next week in the same week. So then 2 weeks later, they'll come back and do the same thing. So I'm assuming within that 2-week window was when he had it. Or he just lied the whole time and, squeezed in a taping where he was like, day 11 and not, it wasn't day 14 yet or whatever.
He probably squeezed in some shit.
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, come on.
I wouldn't put it past him, especially after he did the freaking him and Fozzy had the concert at Sturgis. Yeah. That's probably where he caught it.
Oh yeah, definitely at one of those concerts. Calvin says no introduction today. Couldn't think of one. It's cool, Calvin.
That's cool.
You've earned the right to not have to have a. You earned the right to do whatever the fuck you want here, man.
Bingo.
Calvin could come in one day and curse us all out. We'd be like, man, it's commissioner, bro.
Yeah. Somebody get that man a beer.
Yeah, word.
So what else is happening in the wrestling world right now?
Yeah, so that was the start of it. Not everybody's testing positive, but we're starting to learn about people that are testing positive that weren't entirely truthful when it happened. But however, back to Drew McIntyre, he would be. I think he'll be clear for next Monday's Raw, or he'll be cleared the day after, however it works out on the calendar. So he'll still be facing Goldberg at Royal Rumble. I made a joke with one of the guys at work. I was like, Drew's positive. Maybe if it lands, the weekend of Royal Rumble, he can spread it to Goldberg and we'll never see Goldberg again.
That is a genius idea.
Yeah.
He just won't go ahead and walk up on him and give him a hug.
Just spit in his drink.
Facts. Now, go ahead.
No. So what I was going to say is, so now that Drew tested positive, and he had that little video package crap, that, who's your next bull crap. I wonder who else is positive now if Drew tested positive, because he's still been around people in the back.
Uh-huh.
So I wonder how far that he can bring down that roster.
There's always some person that's positive and not saying shit and doesn't show symptoms.
That was Jericho. Back to Jericho. He said he didn't have any symptoms.
Yep.
So, jumping over to Impact, which I watched this week. Like I said, Kenny Omega's got me watching Impact. So,
but the novelty's wearing off, right?
The novelty's wearing because the views aren't there anymore. The week he first appeared, which was early December, I believe it was, their viewership on Twitch peaked at like 51,000, which is the highest they've ever been by a wide margin. This past Tuesday, I think it peaked at like 7,000. So, like, nobody cares that Kenny Omega's there anymore.
Yeah, it's
so
worn off.
Again, it was a ratings pop. They got their ratings pop, but like I said, somebody like me who doesn't watch them all the time, I'm now watching it more frequently because I just I want to keep up with what's going on. This week, Karl Anderson had a match against Rich Swann. It was leading to the 6-man tag that they're going to have this Saturday night at Hard to Kill. It's going to be the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega versus it was Rich Swann and Motor City Machine Guns. But is it Chris Sabin or is it the other guy? One of them is out.
I think it's Chris Sabin. I think.
No. It's the other brother. What is his name? Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley is out. Alex Shelley is out. So replacing Alex Shelley will be Moose, which doesn't quite make sense as to why Moose would be replacing him because Moose was feuding with Willie Mack, who Willie Mack was, kind of best friends with Rich Swann the last few months. So that kind of doesn't make any sense why they picked Moose, but whatever. To me, they probably should have picked Chris Bay, but I don't know.
They could have picked anybody. Hell, they could have went in the back and got Sami Callihan just for the fuck of it. At least they knew they had somebody that was a fighter.
Yeah. Or maybe, I guess they're going to use the dynamic between Moose and Rich Swann to, twist the match a little bit. But whatever.
It is what it is. Like you said, the shine for it is kind of dim already.
No, but yeah.
No, I'm saying the shine's kind of dim, but it's still watchable.
Yeah, it's definitely watchable. Well, let's just run over the matches that are Hard to Kill. We've got Manic versus Chris Bay and Riot Raju. Okay, so Chris Bay has a match. That's why they couldn't use him for the 6-man. That's a triple threat match for the X Division Championship. Deonna Purrazzo is facing Taya Valkyrie for the Knockouts Championship. Then we're going to crown our new Impact Tag Team champions. It's Havoc and Nivea versus Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz. I'm leaning towards Havoc and Nivea. I don't know about you.
You know what? I really don't have a choice in that one, really.
I just feel like they're more. Kira Hogan and Tasha Steelz are entertaining, but in terms of wanting to watch a match, I think I'd rather watch Havoc and Nivea.
Yeah, that can make a point. I'm down with that.
Yeah. Now I didn't catch any of this while I was watching Impact, but it's Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Deering versus Cousin Jake, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer in an old school rules match. I'm not sure what that is.
That sounds like an ECW match. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, so an ECW 6-man tag. I guess.
Basically, because once Rhino and Tommy Dreamer together, if it's not a regular tag team and it's a Pacific cause, there's going to be a lot of weapons involved, like ECW. Well,
the next match is a barbed wire massacre. It's going to be Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards.
I don't see what massacre they can do unless they're going to do like CCW and make the ring ropes barbed wire. It's not going to be really much.
Oh, did I send you that CZW video today?
Did you? No, I don't think you did.
It was like they were having like 3 cage matches at once.
No, you did not send that.
Oh, I gotta find that when we get off the air and send that to you, because they had some sort of special. I think it was sometime this week. They had some like whatever their pay-per-view is or whatever. Yeah, they were having 3 different cage matches at the same time, and somebody jumped off a cage through a table. And anyway, you know how CCW does. We also got the Karate Man versus Ethan Page, and that's pretty much it. Did you hear that going forward, they're going to be changing the commentary team on Impact?
To who?
It's going to be Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown. You know, so they took
That's a weird combination.
They took Josh Matthews, former WWE ring announcer, and replaced him with another former WWE ring announcer, Matt Stryker, and they're pairing him with D'Lo Brown.
I guess they're messing with the real deal now. D'Lo was my dude back in the day. Just that walk to the ring, that was everything. Oh, he was good at power bombing too. Even though he broke, whose neck did he break? Draws. Yeah, poor Draws. But yeah, D'Lo was dope.
Wait, what else was I gonna say? Oh, he also did the lowdown. That was my favorite move, the lowdown.
Yeah. Kelvin says it's funny because Karate Man is Ethan Page.
He is.
Oh,
yeah. That's he is. Either that or he's the twin brother that wrestles and got a good contract.
Interesting. Do I smell Invisible Man?
Maybe.
Hey, Valdor. Valdor showed up tonight. What's up?
What up, Valdor? He says kind of curious to see how D'Lo does on the mic. D'Lo's done it before, right?
Not that I can remember.
But he did it twice when Ace is the Ace.
Yeah, because usually there's some kind of precedent to putting somebody on the commentary.
But from when he does like shoot interviews, I like the way he speaks, so I can see him doing commentary. He's very precise and analytical with the way he talks. So,
bro,
I think he would work in terms of commentary.
On Dark Side of the Ring when he was talking about New Jack.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that was his voice. It was so calm and like chill. For a guy that swung his head all the way to the ring. Yeah,
that's D'Lo Brown for you, bro. You paired a big giant quiet dude with a short dude that was batshit crazy and doing coke. Somewhere down the line, there had to be a 50-50 somewhere.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Have you, Alex? Have you listened to any of New Jack's cameos?
New Jack's on Cameo.
He's on Cameo.
Oh my god,
it's insane. It's just him saying random curse words. So that's basically all it is.
So I can pay him to make a drop for Ultra Heels.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Next week, you guys better be ready. You guys better be ready. I just saw J Kidd had Matt Hardy do a drop a cameo for him.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I saw it and it was actually dope.
Well, we gotta get New Jack on Ultra Heels. Do an Ultra Heels cameo.
It's literally just him saying random curse words.
That's all we need though. But say Ultra Heels at some point in between.
You motherfucker! I'll beat your ass, nigga.
You know, we get him to say. We can say if we don't watch the Ultra Heels, fuck your ass up like you do everybody else. Just let him let him go off after that. Be like, just say this line and then say whatever the fuck you want after that. We don't even give a fuck after that.
We don't care. Just say something.
Nah, it's cool, Valdor. It's cool, Valdor.
Yeah, Valdor. I know you gotta pick up your girl. It's cool, bro. Calvin says, speaking of Dark Side of the Ring, Steve Austin is going to appear on season 3 of Dark Side of the Ring, talking about Brian Pillman.
Okay.
Oh, they haven't done a Pillman episode yet, huh?
Nope.
Okay. That's coming.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to do.
I'm about to say, don't forget, because Stone Cold with no Brian Pillman, like that's him and Bret Hart. See how it was. What was they? The Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah, the Hollywood Blondes. Yep.
Yeah.
and then him and Bret Hart and them was the foundation. So those would probably be the two closest people that really would know Brian Pillman all the way up to the end. I'm cool with that.
I'm hyped for another season of Dark Side of the Ring. I want to see I want to see what is it, the plane ride from hell. I want to see that episode. I want to see Brian Pillman.
Well, see, that wasn't even that like big of a deal. The plane ride from hell.
Well, you got to make it dramatic. Make it sound worse than it was.
Because they actually covered that on WWE Storytime. So how do you do Dark Side of the Ring after they already made a joke about it?
I don't know.
Well, you know how you make it you make it entertaining. You get people to tell what really happened on there, because when WWE did it, they did a joke, but you know they had to cut out some things, and some things probably wasn't said. They just talked about the incident real quick and said the funny part, but you know it had to be way more.
That's right. If they told us things that sound bad, that means there were things that sounded even worse than that really happened.
Okay,
so
I guess
I want to see the Brian Hayes. What's his name?
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes.
Michael
I
Hayes.
want to hear the Michael Hayes story. I heard he was a little perv behind the curtain.
Yeah. Motherfucker was weird.
Kelvin says they're doing one on XPW.
That one was going to be kind of a weird one, but I can understand, because that place was almost like CZW 2 at one point.
Bro, Darkseid was the highlight of the early quarantine days.
Yeah.
That was like every week I was hyped. I was like, all right, nobody's coming in the studio.
Yeah, that dropped at the perfect time.
Word, that Tiger King, those were like my quarantine shows.
Word.
Makeup.
I need them to hurry up, make some more episodes, or do like TV shows, and be like, hey, look, we got to just make an episode, and while we working on this one, drop this one and try to get them out quickly as we can, or fuck up and do like Netflix and be like, look, we got all episodes on one platform. You can watch them all right now and just let us watch them all. Yeah. I'll pay for that.
Word.
Did you catch the Twitter beef between Shane Thorne and Sammy Guevara?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, let me read this to you, Marv.
Shoot.
Shane Thorne, one of the members of Retribution, he was in a Twitter beef with Sammy Guevara from AEW. Shane Thorne says, some little teenage virgin on AEW stole my finisher like 4 years ago after we did a show together. I'd steal something from him, but all his moves are just ricochet moves.
Boom.
That was the start.
Shots fired.
Sammy Guevara replied, someone tell T-Bag, because his name in Retribution is T-Bar, so he called him T-Bag. So tell someone T-Bag the move actually belongs to Matt Dimmers, the guy he stole it from, referring to Ricochet. And I'm just trying to get the move to be seen, since he's never on TV, referring to Ricochet and T-Bar, because they're rarely on TV anymore. Also, while you're sitting doing nothing and catering on Monday, check out my newest vlog.
Flex bomb for that one.
And then T-Bar, he finished the conversation. He said, someone tell Panda Kid I had a singles match on TV last night, and I didn't steal the move from some backyarder. I thought of it in a professional wrestling ring with Killer Nova. Try being creative sometime instead of, I don't know, making jokes about rape.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ooh.
Going back to Sammy Guevara making the joke that he said he would rape Sasha Banks.
Jesus, he said that?
Oh, we talked about that like a couple months ago.
Oh my god.
Because Sammy Guevara got suspended. He was out for like a month and a half because of the whole the Me Too movement or whatever.
We got Steve Odsky, aka Layer of Gamers, in the chat. What up, Layer?
Hey, we packed in the chat tonight.
Layer Slayer.
Now, the thing with that whole beef is the guy that Sammy Guevara said his name and said he stole the move from. If you go to the Instagram page and it shows him doing the move, T-Bar's in the comments saying, I stole your move but he said, I stole your move, but I'm showing the world what it is. So the dude replies back, maybe me and you should have a one-on-one to have ownership of the move.
Nice.
So he's getting steam because when I followed his page, he had like what I think it was like 22K followers. As soon as Sammy Guevara said his name, and then the people started reading his beat, it went up to like 64.K.
It's almost like the GTS, but you do a double knee buster, right? Out of it. Is that the move we're talking about?
No. The move we're talking about is almost like a Death Valley driver or a burning hammer.
Okay, yeah. But
he puts you over into like the GTS.
Okay, okay, yeah, that one, yep.
Now I'm not gonna lie. The guy that Sammy Guevara stole the move from, his Instagram page showed him doing moves. Some of his moves, I don't know, bro. For him to be a big guy, he can pull off some cool ass finishing move. He pulled off one that was like, it's almost like an F5, but he rolls out of it before you completely land. But you do like almost like a full 360 in the air, and then he has one that's like a RKO. It's like, I don't know, like he's invented it. He's invented with his moves for him to be a big dude.
Oh, yeah. I did see the F5. It's almost like Wardlow's F10, but except he like you said, he rolls out of it before he lets you go.
Yeah, so
that one was fire.
I can see why Sammy Guevara stole from him. I can see why he needs to be talked about more.
Mm-hmm. Over on NXT, the Rascals debuted. They're now called MSK.
Yeah.
They beat, who did they beat in the Dusty Classic? Was it Everrise? I forgot who they had a match against.
I think it was Everrise. I think they beat them. But I ain't gonna lie, it was a good way to show them off and bring them into the limelight.
No, they beat Jake Atlas and Isaiah Swerve Scott. That's what they beat. Grizzled Young Veterans beat Everrise. That was that match.
Layer of Gamer says, I'm here with the 7 deities to make this channel broken. Ha, yes.
Yes.
I can't do Matt Hardy. I just do like my own little thing with it.
It's cool.
Shout out to Steve.
What do you think of Xia Li's new gimmick? I'm kind of feeling the Chinese kung fu whatever she's doing.
It's weird, but it's doable.
So what was it last week on New Year's Evil? Ciampa and Thatcher was supposed to have a fight pit match, okay. But the match got canceled due to, as they said, logistics. Because it was an actual live episode, it wasn't taped ahead of time. So they didn't have time to build the cage in the arena and then take it apart. So it got postponed. Apparently they're going to do it in like 2 weeks or whatever because they rebuilt that feud again this week on NXT. Thatcher had an undisclosed injury, but the injuries will work. They're just saying he had an injury to get them out of the match for a couple weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to see another one of those matches because that's the close that's what Raw Underground should have been.
Wow, remember Raw Underground?
Rest in peace, Raw Underground.
It feels like such a long time ago.
I mean, and for what it was good. Like I said, if they wanted to improve it, they could have went the fight pit route with it. But hey, it was. And nobody's seen Dabba-Kato since they killed Raw Underground. Where the hell is he?
This is a moment of silence for Raw Underground.
Yeah, so they got almost a job being the bodyguard for AJ Styles, but where's Dabba-Kato?
I have no idea where the hell Dabba-Kato is.
And to finish off NXT, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong defeated Breezango to move forward in the tournament. And Finn Balor has now aligned himself with Undisputed Era. Because Undisputed Era came out and attacked Kyle O'Reilly, who was hanging out ringside. They attempted to break his jaw, and Finn Balor saved Kyle O'Reilly from that, even though Kyle O'Reilly broke Finn Balor's jaw. But it seems Pete Dunne is going to be the next challenger for Finn Balor. Is that the route they're going? I believe they're not going to do Carry On Cross yet.
So.
Well, like I said last week, I'm good with them delaying Carry On Cross to getting to Finn Balor because he should be the long-term champion. I guess that make that the takeover for WrestleMania weekend, Karrion Kross and Finn Balor.
Valador speaks in reference to Raw on the Ground. Should have had people in the crowd throw weapons like that old video game Pit Fighter. That would have been Def Jam Fight for New York. If that was the case.
Or early the old WWE video games. You could just reach into the crowd and grab a weapon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would work. I can deal with that. I can really do it.
Yeah, I guess people wanted to be more like Fight Club, but I mean, how much could they really do with it?
Lita spoke out on her Twitch channel this week. She spoke about the live sex scene with her and Edge. She said, she was saying how she didn't want to do it. She was basically forced into it. It was either you do it or we're gonna fire you.
I don't know. She looked like she had a smile on her face the whole time. I don't know.
Nah, she didn't, because she said, and I quote, she didn't want to do it. She didn't feel comfortable. And Edge and John Cena tried to stop it from happening. But Vince and them said to go ahead and do it. And if she didn't do it, she was going to be fired because she was leaving. That's why they did that. And they did the whole Crime Time selling her stuff, doing the wholesale, because she didn't want to do it. So they had to kind of embarrass her on her way out.
Yeah. Ricochet is the most recent person to renew a contract. I believe last week Matt Riddle signed an extension. He had a 3-year extension for $400,000 a year. I don't have the monetary amount on Ricochet, but he's under he got a 3-year section also, 2024. So, but there's also been a report that other people, they've offered a lot of extensions and a lot of people are turning them down.
I told you that a lot of people turned them down. I just want to know who are these people. Because some people saying it was Ricochet, but then Ricochet got on Twitter and said that who keeps saying that he didn't turn down no contract and he's still wrestling for the company. So he's not one of the people.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'd be nice if we could find out who these people are that have turned down contracts. What did I miss? I wanted to throw this at you. Sports Illustrated. I can't find it now. Sports Illustrated had put out a list of top 20 wrestlers of 2020, and it was okay. It was an okay list, but it wasn't that great. I can't find it now. I guess I didn't save it. Let's see. Off the top of my head, number 10 was Kota Ibushi, I want to say. Number 9 was Roman Reigns.
Wasn't Wait, this was of the decade?
No, for 2020.
Okay, 2020. Okay.
Oh, let me see if I just Google this real quick. Sports.
Roman Reigns barely wrestled in 2020.
Top 10 wrestlers of the year. 2019. Is this it? Okay, here we go. Number 10, Eddie Kingston. I mean, Eddie Kingston had a nice showing in AEW this year, but I don't think he was a top 10 wrestler of the year.
Yeah, I don't put him up there, and he's not up there.
Okay. Number 9, Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns' year started out with the dog food with Baron Corbin. Obviously, he took time off because his wife had a baby. The pandemic happened. So Roman Reigns missed 5-6 months. But since he's been back, this has been the best Roman Reigns ever. So I guess I'm good with him being in the top 10, but not being up high.
Yeah, he could be in the top 10, but I like this list seems really weird.
Okay. Number 8, Kota Ibushi.
I think Ibushi be good.
Kota Ibushi, he last year at Wrestle Kingdom, he's the one that unified the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and Intercontinental Championship. So that was his big achievement of the year. He also won G1 Climax last year. So he did have a pretty good year. He's good being there. Here's one that surprises me. Number 7, Io Shirai.
Well, I don't know. She did have a lot of matches this year at NXT. She did have way more matches than most any other female in the whole NXT roster.
But were any of them memorable?
They wasn't memorable. She just had the most matches. Just like how Asuka is being notarized as having the most matches on the main roster for last year, but none of them was memorable.
Okay. Number 6, Bayley. Bayley definitely deserves to be on this list, but I think she deserves to be higher because of who ends up being number 1. So I'm good with Bayley on the list, but she needs to be higher because number 1 person shouldn't be that high. Number 5, Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Now they went beyond AEW. They used his time, his AAA matches as part of his credit. The match with Laredo Kid, they put that as a credit to his year. Number 4, Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah, it could work.
Now, I feel Ibushi should have been ahead of Naito.
He should have been. Yeah, you're right. He should have been way higher.
Yeah, they should have flipped him. Number 3, Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre is not number 1.
Wait, then I know. I think I know this list. I think I know number 1 is there.
Okay, we'll get to it then. But again, I'm fine with Drew McIntyre being top 3. He's obviously had one of the best years in wrestling this year. Number 2 is Jon Moxley. I feel like Jon Moxley lost steam. I feel like outside of his pay-per-view matches, he was just kind of there. He didn't really do anything. I don't think he didn't have the year Drew McIntyre had, to me, on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm okay with that.
And number 1 is Sasha Banks. Why is Sasha Banks number 1? Now, the dynamic of the finally breaking up Sasha and Bayley, having one of them turn. To me, Bayley was the bigger star out of the two. When Bayley first turned heel to join Sasha, we were like, oh, this is weird. Evil Bayley. She's kind of weird. she grew exponentially in her character this year. Sasha basically went back to what she was 2 years ago as a babyface. I think Bayley had the better matches, the better singles matches. I think without Bayley, you don't have the dynamic of that storyline. So I think Bayley should have been higher on the list, and Sasha should have been whatever it was, 5 or 6. How about you?
Yes, Bayley should have been number 1 because she had the biggest breakout so far to me, from the hugging character to the role model to her being like that asshole that she has become, an annoying person she has become with that ding dong. I don't know why.
Oh, so did you see the Stone Cold podcast with her? I haven't watched it yet.
I did. That's why I said it.
Oh, I have to. I guess I'll watch that tonight because just that clip alone, I want to see her at Stone Cold. Oh, Jesus. I guess we'll finish tonight with SmackDown. Last week on SmackDown, we had a gauntlet match for number 1 contender to face Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. We had Daniel Bryan, we had Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Mysterio. Shinsuke Nakamura was the breakout star of the match. He was the one that got the big push to say. However, earlier in the night, Paul Heyman went to Adam Pearce. He said, the tribal chief wants you to achieve your dream to win in the big leagues. So somehow Adam Pearce got added to this gauntlet match. And as I predicted in my head, because I was sitting there alone by myself, and I predicted in my head, Jey Uso showed up, beat up whoever the last person was. It happened to be Shinsuke Nakamura. And out comes Adam Pearce. They beat up Adam Pearce too. I didn't see that happening. But they beat up Adam Pearce, and they just put Adam Pearce on top of Shinsuke Nakamura. And Adam Pearce is the number 1 contender. What are your thoughts?
Yes. I'm okay with this. Why? Because Adam Pearce is a 4-time NWA World Champion.
5-time.
Yeah.
5-time.
Yeah.
5-time.
Right, I'm sorry.
Where's Booker T when you need him?
Also, he has beaten most of the people that's been in NXT on his time around the ring, and put on some really good ass matches. I feel like this might be something Roman might have not expected. Because Adam Pearce really hasn't wrestled in a while. But watching some of his matches, Roman Reigns might have an issue. It's something he's not prepared for.
As you were saying, Adam Pearce has faced a lot of NXT guys. Most famously, Adam Cole, because that seems to be the picture everybody's throwing around on the internet this week, is the match against Adam Cole for the NWA Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, because I think that was one of his almost last matches before he left.
How, as much as I want Adam Pearce to, be what he can be, WWE's not going to let that happen. He's going to be a chump.
They're not.
He's going to be a chump. It's going to be the match with the first match with Jey Uso, where he just gets beat up and beat up and beat up and beat up. He'll have that quick flurry where, you're just not. I'm a man. You're just not going to beat on me. I'm gonna make a comeback. But he's going to get beat up some more and lose. If they actually have the match, because there's rumors that they're going to flip it back to Kevin Owens. They're going to do something to get Kevin Owens back in the equation.
I don't know what they can do to try to get Kevin Owens back to the equation, because right now, ever since they threw him off that little ledge thing, it's like, I don't know what you can kind of do to get him back in it, because he did get kind of injured for real.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he shows up last minute at Royal Rumble night, and he kind of limps in. I don't know, something. Shows up in an ambulance.
Yeah, God, I'm tired of seeing them type of entrances now.
Yeah. What else happened on? What else happened on SmackDown?
I'm about to say, look, you said that, and then all of a sudden, all the memories of MLFs and people coming back from inside of them, it just started flooding through my head, and I hated every last one of them. The only one was memorable was like Kane showing up in the shit. Literally everything else after that has been like, this has been done over and over. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, because they special stuff like that they use too often.
Yeah, you use it here and there. It has this like moment. When you use it every time for something, they got sent away in the ambulance, and then all of a sudden they come back in the ambulance. It's like, why? What was the purpose of doing this? Like, you can have them just show back up, or like, come back and just whoop ass. You had to have them come back in the ambulance and do an entrance through it. I think the one I hate the most was, what was it? Which ambulance match was it? The door opened up, it had a light in the background, and smoke was coming out of it. And I was like, what kind of bullshit is this?
That was one of the Fiend matches. It was the Fiend versus was it Strowman? Or was it the Fiend? No, it was Fiend Daniel Bryan, wasn't it? I can't. It was the Fiend. It was definitely a Fiend match. I don't remember who was against though.
Yeah, I didn't care for that extra dramatic effect of lights and smoke inside an ambulance to show that, oh yeah, this person is back in the ambulance. Nah, it don't feel realistic anymore at that point, and it no longer becomes entertaining. It just becomes like, oh, this is just a prop. I feel like Vince just bought an ambulance and he just literally has it at their big ass warehouse, and when he needs it, he just had it flown out to where they're at.
Yeah, everybody in the chat is saying it. They should let Adam Pearce have a fair fight, but WWE, it's not going to happen. We had Big E versus what was it? Sami Zayn? Was it?
No, Big E versus. No, was it Big E? Was it supposed to be Big E versus Apollo?
It was Apollo. That was a pretty good match between the two of them.
It was, but the talking smack with Paul Heyman talking to Apollo Crews is probably the best thing ever. For some reason, Paul Heyman just knows how to light the fire behind people to make them perform.
Even when they're not going to get the push on TV, he makes these people seem like, yo, they're about to do something special.
Yeah, and that's what we kind of need. Like we need stuff that's like, oh, it's special, and it's probably gonna be a one-time thing. If you want to do it down the road or like a year or two from now, yeah, go ahead. But constantly is no. Just like when Mark Henry and Big Show suplex through the ring, broke it, memorable. Then you did it again. It was cool. Then you did it a third time.
Yeah.
It was not necessary.
And now you did it twice. You did it twice in the last year.
Yeah, so like it lost everything. Like at this point now, I see two big people get in a ring, and I see one go to the top rope. I'm expecting the ring to just collapse at this.
Like the most recent time, well, the last two times, Charles Robinson was the referee. The time where it was, what was it, Big Show and Strowman? He accidentally fell out of the ring. You remember that? Where he felt like, I guess he was trying to hold the ropes to take his bump, but the rope fell and he just hit the floor. He tried to take that same bump on purpose this time, and I immediately caught it. I wasn't looking at who was it? It was Strowman and who did he have a match against? Was it Strowman and I forgot who the match was against. But anyway, I wasn't looking at the match itself. I was watching Charles Robinson try to take that bump on purpose this time, and it just looked horrible. How do you feel about Sonya Deville being Adam Pearce's assistant? I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, that was weird, and I wasn't expecting that either.
But Daddy DeVille in them suits, though.
Yes.
Daddy DeVille be killing them suits. I mean,
Yeah.
I think for her it would work because she can pull off that like kind of heelish sidekick to obviously babyface Adam Pearce.
She could be, and I don't. To be honest, I don't know. I need to see them. I need to see that their dynamic a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
I need to see them like doing more stuff to like really get a feel for it. Cause like see how they just like paired them up like this. Okay, cool. That's something to watch. But I need to see a little bit more to be more interested in like, okay, maybe this is a good thing. You know, maybe this is the best thing for her. But I don't know. It's still kind of a little weird.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Valdor said, have Roman run through everyone on the roster, then have Big E face off against and beat him WrestleMania 2022. Hopefully by then, crowds will be back in the building.
That would actually work as a good storyline. Roman go through everybody, beat everybody but Big E, and then Big E beat him clean.
Mm-hmm.
That will push Big E over the top. And Big E said he want to be known as WWE best homegrown talent. Because, you know, most WWE wrestlers are not homegrown.
Yeah, they're indie guys.
Indie wrestling and shit. He's the only one from NXT that he went from doing something else and then going to WWE to give it a try, and they made him what he is. So he's literally a property of WWE.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's cap off our night with this announcement. WWE has announced the WWE India special. It's called Superstar Spectacle. It will happen on January 26th, which is Republic Day in India.
Wait, it is?
Yep.
I know they have one.
Yep. Yeah, that since they launched WWE India, what was it, 2 months ago or whatever? That's going to be their first show.
Well, I know who they're gonna have there.
Jinder Mahal, Kali, Mansoor.
What's the name? The Bollywood
All
brothers?
the Bollywood boys. Yep.
Is Iron Sheik alive?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I vaguely mentioned this last week. Sabu's book. Have you heard the final chapter to Sabu's book?
No. What's up?
Alex,
No.
have you heard it? Okay. In Sabu's autobiography, I think he wrote it himself. The final chapter is it's fuck yous. He just says fuck you to all the people he has beef with.
Oh.
One of the people he mentioned is Jim Ross. Now, Sabu is the nephew of the original Sheik. He says, fuck you to Jim Ross. You still owe my uncle $150,000. From like 1980 something.
Well, hold up now. If it's $150 and you do it over the course of time,
150,000. 150,000. He owes him.
And when was that?
1980 something or 70 something. Now, but here's the thing. All the different places where Jim Ross worked personnel behind the scenes on top of being commentary, he was never the person to write checks. He's been booker, he's been personnel, but he's not the person that writes checks. So Jim Ross doesn't owe anybody money.
Yeah, what the hell?
So check this out. If you do $150,000 from, let's just say 1980 to 2020, with inflation over the course of time of 2.85% and
It's probably $1 million.
the curriculum price of 216.11%, he will owe a basic amount of $474,163.83 if they take that to court.
I was just about to pull up an inflation calculator, but you did already.
Valdor says, what kind of bet did Jim Ross lose?
It wasn't a bet. He, according to Sabu, Jim Ross said he was going to pay the Sheik $150,000 for something.
Is Sabu good, man? Is he like getting high too, like Rob Van Dam?
Yeah, he's a pothead.
Yeah,
but I think he's also an acid head.
Oh yeah,
I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, I saw him on Action Bronson's Ancient Aliens, and I was like, "Yo, what's up with Sabu, bro?
Sabu.
Why is he moving like that?" He was like still jumping around and shit on the set. I was like, "What the hell?"
You got anything else, Alex? Before we get out of here?
No, I have nothing.
All right, let's get out of here. I've been Darth Messiah, the Dark Side Savior. You, sir?
Alex the motherfucker here.
Good night, Gnarly Marv.
Good night, Ultra Heels.
We out.